Okay, so Hot Toys has decided to do a Hot Toy type thing, which is reissue the exact same figure with one extra part, and then in hopes of getting your money a second time. And it's a pretty good strategy, honestly. Like it works a lot, and it's clearly going to work here again. So Hot Toys has announced Moon Knight 2, actually. We have Mr. Knight and we have Moon Knight. And there have been some third-party offerings of Mr. Knight. We'll look at those another time. But Hot Toys is giving us a little something here. So we have which one will we look at? Let's look at Moon Knight first. The Artisan Hot Toys exclusive, which will be a complete cluster blank to be able to acquire, as most of them have been. And first off, let me just say that the first 1.0 version of Moon Knight was glorious. I mean, just like there were literally no complaints about that figure that I can recall. Like that figure was just, or is, it still exists. I talked about it in the past, is a wonderful figure. The best cape of any figure Hot Toys has ever produced. It's just glorious. And now they've said, hey, look, let's we know you've had that one in your collection for a little while, and we would like to produce another one that's going to be limited, and we want some more of your money. And that's just how it works. So today, Hot Toys is excited to present the Artisan edition of the 1/6 scale Moon Knight. And then here it goes here. This is an exclusive release available in limited quantity of 2,500 pieces in selected markets, which means we're going to have a decent selection here in the States. But again, it's going to be most likely, based on previous experience, a lottery experience where you're going to, you just good luck. That's how it's going to work. Anyways, so let's see if they say exquisitely crafted based on Oscar Isaac's screen appearance, Moon Knight, Grade 8, blah, 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 blah. Weathering effect accentuates, blah. I've looked over photos. It looks like the exact same damn figure. Additionally, a variety of sizes for signature crescent bleeds and figure stand are to enhance the display options. Blah. Okay, anyways, let's look at the photos. So the head sculpt undoubtedly is beautiful. Now there's two different options here. We got this one. We got Mr. Knight. And people are already commenting on the differences in the Artisan head sculpt versus the other head sculpt. Honestly, I think their head sculpt, I think the lighting is completely different. We'll look at that. But this looks, it looks brilliant. It really does. Now, I'm struggling because I don't have the Moon Knight right in front of me, the first version. If this one's got some weathering on it that the first version doesn't, that's kind of where I'm thinking here. I'll have to go back and look. I remember that one being fairly clean, but again, photos, I'm not 100% sure. Let's see here. Let me get in here. Yeah, I think this one's got some weathering on it that the previous version didn't have. Now, we'll go look at some of the photos in a little bit. Again, the cloak or the cape, beautiful. I had no complaints about this figure. None. I mean, none. It posed beautifully. On the shelf, it looked beautiful. I mean, the light up eyes, the sculpted hood was beautiful. In fact, I'm in the process of reviewing the Darth Revan figure. I wish the Jedi and all these other guys had sculpted hoods like this, honestly, because posing hoods with wires is a complete pain in the butt. This cape was beautiful. The texture on it. I mean, there's no complaints. None. Absolutely none. If you missed out on the first version, good luck getting this one. It looks beautiful. Well, the only reason to get this one would be the Oscar Isaac head sculpt. That would really be it. I don't know that I would use it. So, maybe if you had both, you might. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no doubt this is going to be beautiful. Yeah, this has definitely got some weathering on it that the other one didn't have. Like I'm looking at like the arms, like this weathering here. That's definitely a different paint application. I really don't remember that other one being that freaking dirty, especially in the chest and everything. So they're not going to look exactly the same side by side. Yeah, yeah, they're not going to look the side. Anyways, so let me do this. All right, so I'm gonna pull up another tab here. Let's see if I can do this. Hot Toys. Moon Knight. If I can spell correctly, it'd be. I know it's on a different screen. I know you guys can't see this. Let's go here. I'm just gonna pull up. Let's see here. I'm looking at. I'm just scrolling through some photos. Weathering wise. All right, so yeah, let me do this. I know you guys are like, what the hell's he doing? Well, I'm looking at photos of the previous figure that is not weathered. Okay, so let me pull this over to the screen and let's do this. Oops, I'm clicking buttons here. How's that? Okay. So, okay. So yeah, so here's the previous version. Definitely clean. So, you know, I kind of like the clean version. I don't. I mean, what do you guys think? Are you liking the weathered version? I kind of like the clean version. No, man. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Well, anyways, we'll get that out of here. Let's go back to this guy. So that is definitely a difference. So we got a head sculpt, and we got some weathering, and outside of that, it's it's the same figure. So, and 2,500 pieces is going to be kind of difficult to get. So this one, on the other hand, I think is going to be more popular because I think it's number one. It's going to be easier to attain. So there's that. There's nothing in here for Mr. Knight that says it's limited. That's good. Let's see. Sophisticatedly crafted based on Mr. Knight's appearance in Marvel Studios' Moon Knight. Highly detailed figure. Blah 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 blah. Masked head. LED light up function. So we got the same function as the other one. And highlighted by herringbone. Okay, whatever. Let's go there. So this suit looks phenomenal. I think it's going to have the same issue with the wrist pegs showing and with the gloves. It's going to be one of those things which is going to annoy the crap out of me, honestly. But the head sculpt looks brilliant. I don't mind the sculpted hair. Don't mind it at all. He's got the old man nurse, shoes going on, which is accurate. And I think it looks fine. But the pants look a little baggy in this photo. If you want Mr. Knight, I think this is a good representation, no doubt about it. I love the light up effect on the head. There's been third-party figures of Mr. Knight that looked okay, but not phenomenal. So, there's that. But, I kind of dig it. It's not as impressive as the Moon Knight figure, but it does look accurate. So let's go. Oh, look at this wrist peg. Look at this. They're trying to hide the wrist peg with the extended on the glove. Then we got some paint application here on the forearm. That's kind of nice. Texture on the suit looks spot on. Texture on the shirt looks spot on. The stitch work looks a little large for 6 scale, but that's pretty typical for Hot Toys. Yeah, I could see how people would like this. I could see it. Posability. Hold on. Backing up here. What am I seeing? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Hold on. Is that a single bend elbow? That's a single bend. At least they didn't pose it. That's single bend. All right, now this has got me this got a little double bend. All right, so that's got a double bend feel to it. All right, that makes me feel a little better. If they did a single bend figure body onto this one, that'd be freaking ridiculous. These photos kind of have that vibe, right? That looks like a single bend. That looks like, yeah, okay, double. Bam, there we go. All right, so there we can put that to bed. I think this looks brilliant, honestly. I think the sculpt looks, now, which begs the question, why don't we have an Oscar Isaac Poe Dameron from Force Awakens? But, maybe one day we will. I don't know. But they're reissuing. I mean, there's not a whole lot of Marvel projects coming out. They're reissuing and retooling and just doing variants, I guess, if you will, of Marvel figures, and that makes sense. This one, it makes sense to me. Rolling eyeballs looks fine. The head sculpt looks fine. Maybe what he's got. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't go on a whole lot, which is fine. So I think there's some. I wanted to kind of talk about the photos of the head sculpt. So if we look at this photo, if I can, let's see. That's a brilliant photo. Lighting, got highlights coming in, a kicker light from the right side. It looks brilliant. And then we go, and there's a lot of shadows, so I don't pay attention to shadows. And then we go to this one, and not so much shadows. So it's, it's good. I think it's going to be all right. I think it's the same sculpt. There's Nebula. She was released. I don't really care, so I'm not really interested in that. This one right here, I think, is the winner of the two. But I'm on the fence whether I like the weathering on the suit or I like the clean suit. To be determined. Will I get it? I don't know. If you want one of these, I'm sure Pop Collectibles will have them or get them wherever you like them. But this is, I don't know, man. I kind of like the clean version. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And let's see what the community says. Hope you guys have a good day. As always, click what you like. See you next time.